Hi everyone, it's Cancer Make My YouTube channel. Welcome back to another video on my channel. Today I'm going to be recapping the round 2s of the AFL season. If you're new to the channel and you like the videos I'm making, please like, comment and subscribe. If you're returning Magpies, like, comment as well. Appreciate the support. And don't forget to hit that notification bell so you know when I'm posting up another video. Now, we'll go through the rounds. Pretty interesting. Now, on Thursday night we had Carlton versus Collingwood. Pressure's on massively. Can Carlton get the first win of the season and get their season back on track? Or could my boys step up and deliver and get the win to go ahead of the ledger off the record? Now, Geelong versus Brisbane Lions on the Friday night. Neither team want to start 0-2, but one team will. Could Geelong get a win at home, or can the Brisbane Lions inspire enough to get the job done? Sydney versus Adelaide was another interesting game. Both teams undefeated after round 1. Who were going 2-0 during the season. Port Adelaide versus Essendon. So Port Adelaide versus Essendon, which was another interesting game. Can Port get the job done, or can Essendon bounce back and ruin Orazio Fantasia's against the Bombers? Against Port, ruin it for Port Adelaide's game. Then we had another interesting game too. Now, this match was for Danny Foley, who suffered mental health. Could St Kilda get up in a memory and help the team get over the line, or could Melbourne cause an upset? Both teams 1-0 and they want to get early wins across the board. And then the Sunday games that we had Gold Coast versus North Melbourne. Can Gold Coast Suns bounce back in a disappointing loss, or can North Melbourne finally get a win over the Suns that struggled last week against Port Adelaide? Hawthorn versus Richmond was another interesting game. Could Hawthorn go on 2-0 under Alistair Clarkson, or could Richmond continue their winning form and go on their merry way for another chance for a premiership? Western Bulldogs versus West Coast Eagles. That was can the Bulldogs step up another gear and have a win early on, or could the Eagles cause the storm by beating the Western Bulldogs at their home ground? And as usual, Fremantle versus Giants. Can Fremantle get the win on the board at home, or can the Giants beat Fremantle Dockers and win 1-1? Excuse me. Now, let's talk about Thursday night game. Now, Collingwood had a really good win against Carlton. Mason Jordan Goey's 100th game. 4 goals, which was a really good effort from him. Played really well, knew what he had to do to get the job done. It was a real good effort, and Taylor Adams was really good for Collingwood as well. 29 possessions, kicking a wonderful goal from the boundary line. Michael Gibbons kicked 2 goals, one controversial goal that you call, but that will be allowed because it was a goal. But I thought Williams and Sard certainly tried the hard out. We ended up winning by 21 points. So it was a really good game to watch from a fan's point of view, for non-Collingwood Carlton fans. I'm sure Carlton fans would hate me bringing this up because they would have been disappointed, and they were, to be honest. just gone on blue board and you see the anger that Carlton fans had, because it meant so much to them, this rivalry, and the fact is that Collingwood tend to get the job done when it matters the most. Geelong versus Brisbane Lions, and that was a controversial call at the end that could have seen Brisbane Lions getting a free kick and a chance to score, but Geelong played really well from the start, kicking, I think it's 3 or 4 goals in the first quarter. That made it a lot difficult for the Brisbane Lions, and the Brownlow medalist, Lachie Neale, he found out the hard way on what it's like to be tagged, and that just sends a message to anyone in the competition on, that's how you're supposed to tag. But we know it will happen. Taggers isn't the only thing that did happen on Friday night. A few things that happened in Queensland. A few of the Brisbane Lions fans got kicked out due to there was a COVID case. There was exposure on 12th of March in Brisbane, and if anyone that travelled from Brisbane to Melbourne and they've been out on 12th of March, they had to isolate and get tested. So there's a few things that happened with that as well. But as I said, Geelong got the job done. Something much you can say. They played really well on that. Sydney and Adelaide, Buddy Franklin's back for his first game of AFL football since 2019, since the 300th game as well. Taylor Walker was good, kicked 6 goals, was impressive, played really well. That's all you can ask for as a fan to watch on how they play. Other than that, it was a really good win by the Swans. Buddy Franklin kicked 3. I did estimate that he would kick 3. But it was good. It was really good. Next is Port versus Essendon, and to me that was a very good win by Port. Essendon showed no heart, got absolutely smacked, and as you can see, Essendon don't perform as well. Now on to pressures on their coaching staff as well. So there's a lot of things that will come out of Tullamarine. Adelaide, they had 2 easy wins, North Melbourne and Essendon, which, to be honest, never would have expected either of those 2 teams to really play finals. Other than that was about it, really. Gold Coast Suns had a really good win against North Melbourne, and to me, that's a win that they had to have as well, with Anderson playing well and Rankin as well. They were really good and they were really strong at the contest, and they got the job done. James Stevenson had 13 possession disposals as well. Didn't play a really good game, but he's not much of a midfielder, to be honest with you. Richmond did what they had to do against Hawthorn. Dustin Martin was really good for Richmond. Jack Riewoldt, Tom Lynch. Just would have thought 37 disposals to Tom Mitchell, but again, he doesn't do any. He doesn't hurt you on the scoreboard, and he doesn't really try and push forward. It's always his handballs. So it was a really good win by the Tigers, and had to win that for their confidence as well. No questions asked. It was a really good win. Bulldogs versus the Eagles. That was an interesting game as well, because some people had Western Bulldogs top 4. I think same for West Coast Eagles. Potential chance or could drop out. But the Western Bulldogs show some grit and show some spirit, and they did not panic under pressure. So they ended up winning by 7 points. They kicked 100 points again. Now that we saw a small sample of what's going on, West Coast don't tend to perform better. And I think that's because, the men Markles have really affected how they want to play. And because they're going to play slow, they're not playing as fast and trying to and be good with their ball movement. And at times it can hurt. So they score 93 points. That's a tick, but let's cut to the chase. Bulldogs outplayed them and had a really good win. Now Fremantle Giants. Now this was one of the worst games to watch. And I'll say what, the goal kicking was poorly. Like Matt Taberner took a mark. It was on like a 45-degree angle. Instead of kicking drop punt, he took the mark and snapped straight away. And it didn't even register a score. And the goal kicking was that poor. It was like nearly 20 behinds from both teams. So it was really poor the way that they played. Fremantle got the job done. And good on Fremantle for winning that game. I did watch that, but it was just poor on how you see it. But as we know, bad kicking's bad football. They could have won by 80 points and made a statement. That didn't happen. But other than that, it was a really good win by the Dockers. Having said that, it wasn't a great game because, again, the goal kicking was poor. But some of the skills were even poor. But now the pressure is starting to build on Leon Cameron. I didn't have GWS making finals and even being around that mark. I had them like bottom 5, bottom 6 on the ladder on my season predictions. So I could really see it coming at some point that they were going to fall away. Lost of talent as well. They just can't keep young kids in. They always... I think teams start picking these youngsters off. Instead of playing 50 games, they turn them over and they get more kids in with high draft picks. So that's a real concern for me, in my opinion, GWS, if that keeps happening. Eventually it's going to bite you in the arse. I think this year will, but we'll see until further on down the track. Now, I hope you guys do like this video. Like, comment, and subscribe. Tell your family, tell your friends, tell your neighbours. Go the Pies. See ya.